Here's how to defeat the Warden consistently on free sponsored survival night marsh. You'll be getting golden salvage, weapons, valuables, plus a ton of XP and materials. This might be the best way to get loot in the entire game right now, and it's a limited time thing. I'll explain really quickly how to do it, and then we'll go over a run showing exactly how to finish everything. Plus some tips you'll really want to know if you want to complete this in time. I'm Seraph, I don't waste any of your time. Let's get right into it. Here's what you need to know. There's a new item on Night Marsh called certs. Certs drop from bots, all different kinds of bots. More certs drop from higher level bots than lower level bots. Generally, you can use them to hack these big towers. When you hack them, it gives you some Syac XP, which is great, but it also reveals a cache on the map. You can go to these caches and get a bunch of cool loot, but the most important thing is that each of these caches has a chance to drop a special little golden key. It seems to be about a 20% chance. You'll also be using those certs to get into Complex itself and fight the boss there. But to actually fight the boss, you need that little golden key. So how do you get into Complex and how do you fight the boss? There are two ways into Complex. First of all, you can take the stairs. This takes 12 certs to open up. You need to go to each staircase. You need to open up each one of the stairways. It takes 3 for each, and there's 4 staircases. This is quieter. It doesn't spawn any bots, but it takes 12 certs. The other way to get into Complex is to take the elevator. The elevator only takes 7 certs to open up, but it causes a loud alarm and a bunch of bots will spawn, both inside and outside of Complex. For the method I'm about to show you, you'll really want to use the elevator because you're so limited on time, you need the certs. And as I said before, you need this golden little key. You're going to get it by opening up a bunch of those tower caches. You can't extract with this key, you can't bring it in, so you have to find it. There is a puzzle inside of this upper floor of Complex. In the run, I'll show you exactly how to do it. You are so limited on time in this sponsored mode if you want to kill the boss. This is the fastest way I found to do it. There are 3 members of your team and they each have a role. The red team member, we're going to call them the leader. Their job is to get into Complex and actually start doing the puzzle. The green team member is the support. They follow the red team member most of the way, but split off right after fighting the bots that guard the elevator. And then the yellow team member is the solo. Their entire job from the beginning of the game to the end is to be completely alone, opening up towers, opening up caches. Let me show you a diagram of how it generally goes. Okay, for this, the red will be the path the red leader takes to get into Complex. This is a person who's actually going to go up into Complex first. Green is going to indicate the support player, the person helping the red player get to Complex and get enough certs and the key. And then yellow is going to indicate the solo player, the person whose only job it is to open more towers and open more caches and attempt to get that key. So first things first, the red and the green player are both going to go into their nearest point of interest. Meanwhile, the yellow player, the solo player, they are going to go and break off to go somewhere else. The red and the green player, the leader and the support player, they're going to take out all the bots in that first point of interest. They should end up with about 4 to 6 certs after that. But what they want to do next is they're going to open up this tower. They should be able to do this really quickly. Then the red and the green player, the leader and the support, they are going to go to the next point of interest together. Here comes the green player, and they kill even more bots at the second point of interest. Meanwhile, the yellow player has gone and taken and opened up this tower. After opening up that tower or their first point of interest tower, they're going to move to another point of interest and open up another tower. Now, during all of this, any player that is near a cache that opens should run and get that cache, because every cache has a chance to drop that key. After taking out the second point of interest, the red and the green player, they might have enough certs to open up Complex and to open up that tower at the second point of interest. So now hopefully you've opened up about 3 towers, 3 caches. If you've got the key, great. If that's the case, all the players should run straight to Complex and start to do the puzzle normally to get to the second part of Complex. If you don't have the key yet, here's what happens next. The solo player, the yellow player, is going to go to a third point of interest. Meanwhile, both the red and the green player, the leader and the support, they go to Complex. So these two go all the way to Complex. And here there are bots that spawn right in the middle here. So you'll be able to take those out and get more certs. This should be enough certs to open the elevator here. Okay, so both players are going to go up here, and then green and red are going to fight the bots that spawn at the elevator together. Remember, you need 7 certs to open that elevator. Once you've killed all those bots, there should be a ton of certs on the ground. And this is when the red player, the leader, takes that elevator and goes up into complex. Meanwhile, if you still don't have a key yet, the green player can collect all of the certs that came off the bots that guarded the elevator and go and open up this tower as well. Meanwhile, the solo player has opened up this tower. You've opened up 6 out of the 7 towers on the map. While this is all going on out there with the solo player and the support player, the red player is already running through the puzzle and opening up the doors. If you've done 6 towers, gotten 6 caches, and you haven't found the key yet, you're just unlucky. That's pretty unlikely. Sometimes you just have to go to the next one. This is generally the path you're gonna take when you do it like this. And then since all 3 of these people are looting in a direction of complex, hopefully, you should all end up near complex, hopefully by the time you find that key. But remember, at any point when the key is found, make your way, all 3 of you, over to complex and go start doing the puzzle. If you enjoy my guides, consider dropping a like and subscribing. Plus, join the Discord. The link is in the description. That was all super fast. Let's keep going. Let's talk team composition. The most consistent I've found and the most forgiving is triage, destroyer. It's really consistent. You have tons of healing and the destroyer is the DPS that helps you kill the boss really quickly. But triage, destroyer is probably faster. It's just less forgiving, a little more finicky. Triage, destroyer, thief is also very good. You've got healing, damage, and then thief is probably the most mobile of getting to the top of those towers quickly and doing them very fast. Now check out the run. I'm going to take you through everything plus the tips you need to actually get this done. All right, and here we go. So we're going to load in and I am the red player here. I am the leader. I've got the green player and the yellow player. That's the support and the solo. These are my friends I'm running with. We immediately start out by dropping all of our ammo crates and just grabbing all of the ammo from them. I'm lucky I'm running an Arachne free kit. Arachne is one of the best ones. The main thing you're looking for is ammo efficiency. The best ones from the free kits, I think, are going to be the Volt Thrower and the Magnum. But you can make pretty much anything work. You can find a Volt Thrower in run. The Volt Thrower is probably the best thing that you're looking for. We spawn near maintenance. This is a super common spawn. So this is one of our earlier runs. So you can see we start wiping the bots here. And our goal is to get enough certs to open up this tower and hopefully a few left over. There's also arms lockers here. Don't be afraid to look in the arms lockers while you're at a point of interest, but it's not worth going out of your way for them. I get 4 certs, but my teammate actually also got 3. So he's going to open that tower up right away and I'm going to head straight to LG Ponds. We got a little bit lucky here. You can get very lucky in these runs or unlucky. Sometimes you just have to go to the next one. You can open up all the towers, search all the caches and get no key, but that's pretty unlikely. So I run over to LG Ponds to get even more certs. You can see my teammate Deadshot, he's taking the role of the support player. He's with me here at LG Ponds. Meanwhile, Grass Monster is off on his own. He's the yellow player, the solo player. It's good to get a secondary weapon, hopefully using another kind of ammunition. You can run out of ammo really easily in these games. I get enough certs to open up a second tower, which is great. So I have 6 certs. I'm about to drop down to 3. But I know that there's bots over in Complex that should get me enough to open up that elevator. Remember, it takes 7 to open up the elevator. So I'm probably good to go. We've opened up both the towers that are our responsibility as the support and the leader. So I make the long run over to Complex and I start killing the bots here. I only need to get 4 certs, which isn't guaranteed, but it's a really good chance. I actually end up finding 8 certs. I'm good to go. I'm good to open the elevator. And even better news, it sounds like Deadshot, he's the support player, he already found a key. This can happen. You can get kind of lucky. You could find it in your first cache. You could find 2 keys in your first cache. But you want to open up as many towers as possible to give yourself the best chance. So I'm running over to elevator. Deadshot with the key. He's coming from that cache he just looted. When you open up the elevator, it takes 7 certs and a ton of bots are going to spawn, including a commander bot. It's pretty tricky to do by yourself. It's one of the things a support player can help with is killing all these bots. It can be really, really tricky just on your own. And I don't necessarily mean tricky as in you will die, although that's totally possible. But it can take a really long time because all the bots are focusing on you. Especially here, there's a really good chance of a Volt Thrower dropping. If you don't have something like a Magnum or a Volt Thrower already, this is the place to look for it. It's an incredibly ammo efficient weapon. You really want it. And remember to grab all of the Volt cells you can find if you're running that Volt Thrower. I have more than enough ammo here because I'm running the Magnum and the Volt Thrower. The entrance to the elevator is a good place to drop extra stuff if someone is lagging behind. Like Grass Monster here is a little bit far out. He was across the map when we found that key. So me and Deadshot, we're just going to go up in the elevator and start the puzzle while he catches up. Remember to send the elevator back down for your teammate. And there's a door in front of the elevator so you don't have to take this back rooms path. path, you can open that up for them. Watch out for the mines. There's always mines here. And since you did the elevator route, there's going to be a bunch of bots and turrets as well, but they're not usually very hard. So once you're here, the puzzle begins. There's going to be 3 rooms in a row, and here's how it works. There is a little stand. You see it here. One person goes up and they start hacking it. Once they've finished, there's a bunch of blue boxes on the walls. You'll see those in a second. And from the blue boxes, these little green panels pop up. You can see the green panels here. We shoot them. You shoot all the green panels and the door opens to the next room. The next room will have another stand that you can hack and more green panels, and it's more and more panels in each subsequent room. You just repeat that process for each one. I'll give you some tips for each of the rooms. That first room we did is very easy. You can basically see all the panels just from standing right in the middle. You might have to go around the corner a little bit, but there's nothing really that hidden. The second room I actually often find the hardest. So the stand you need to hack here, it's on the second floor, right at the end of the room. And there's a bunch of bots and even grenadiers in here, but there's the blue panels with the little green targets on them on the second floor and on the first floor. That's why I find this one a little bit harder. They can be in these little side rooms here, even above those ladders you just saw, and they can be on the wall you came in on, kind of like that one. So watch out for that. Grass Monster has caught up with us. He's in helping us out with the puzzle. We do the second room really, really fast. This third room, watch out. There are a ton of those new spooky enemies. They have very consistent spawns though. You can actually just learn the spawns. They do a lot of damage. If you have a triage, you can kind of tank your way through it, but try to kill them before they blow up on you. Again, there is another stand you need to hack in this room. It's on the second floor at the end of the room, just like the last one, but a little different here. All of those blue panels with the green targets that pop up, they're all on the first floor basically, or at least visible from the first floor. As soon as I hack this panel, it's often a good idea just to jump straight down so you don't waste time searching the upper floors for these panels. You do have to get a lot of them here. The other tip I'll give you is not only are they all visible from the bottom floor, they also can be really recessed. So make sure you're actually looking left and right as you walk. You can totally walk past them. But we finish it, and the door for this one is actually on the second floor this time. Don't miss that. In this next room, this is the boss room. There's a bunch of those monsters here as well, so watch out. But one person needs to go to the room on the left. There's a closed room on the left as soon as you enter, and put the key into the console there. Once you do that, the event will begin. Now, note if you do this, it will lock anyone out who hasn't come into this room yet, but there's a little panel you can hack to let them back in right next to the locked door. So a ton of bots are going to spawn. And notice there's a bunch of those blue panels as well on the wall here. Throughout this event, those blue panels will pop up those green targets you need to shoot. You need to shoot them to progress this event, or else bots will just keep spawning and you'll eventually slowly die. Make sure to hit them really, really fast. There will be a big wave of ghosts pretty early on. Those are a great source of the Volt cells if you're running low on ammo. But then in the later waves, you also start seeing grenadiers and assault troopers. Make sure to take those out. They're super dangerous. You can see the panels just popped up. We need to start hitting those. Now, we went into this event with about 5.5 minutes. That's plenty of time. I'd say you could even do it in about 4 minutes, especially if you have a destroyer with you. It can even take even less time. But we're just shooting the extra bots waiting for the boss to spawn. This is the Frost Warden. He's pretty dangerous. So the boss has spawned. He has a little red indicator above him, so you can always see where he is. He has a gold shield, and he has a a channel rifle. It charges up while he's looking at you, so when you see him charging up on you, you can just crouch or duck behind cover like I'm doing right here, and he just won't shoot you. Meanwhile, he's kind of doing nothing, but he can also leave frost traps behind. Watch out for that. Now, don't worry if you have to stop and hide somewhere and heal. It's okay. Try not to let the boss get his golden shields back. It's kind of a waste of extra time, but you really don't want a cascade of people going down. That will cause you to lose. And again, the panels have popped up. We're trying to hit all the panels so that no more bots spawn, but this guy's looking hurt. You can tell by the little red particle effects coming off of him. He's very low health. So we take him out here with just a couple last magnum shots. He drops a bunch of really good stuff. Don't miss his weapon that he drops on the ground. It's usually very good. And make sure to hit all the panels or else the bots are going to keep spawning here. He drops a blue backpack. If you're the person who grabs the blue backpack, like I did here, it is now your responsibility to do one thing, which is you need to pick up the golden item in this room if it spawned. Golden salvage in this game, so prestige salvage, is shared. So as the person with a ton of backpack space compared to your teammates, you should be grabbing that salvage to take up that space. So the boss loot room is right here. It's on the right side of the room. It's indicated by some very, very bright lights, some big red lights. I thought it was an exit initially, but run to the very end and there's a ton of stuff. There's a bunch of strong boxes, but there's also stuff on the counters. Don't miss the stuff on the counters. It's often better than the stuff you actually find in the boxes. It's very, very, very likely that you get some kind of golden item here. So I got prestige alien alloy. It's my job to pick that up because I have the backpack. It's going to be shared with everybody. I'm just making the sacrifice because I have the extra backpack space. But you can see there's tons of loot in here. I've got 3 stacks of 2 different types of purple salvage, a ton of blue salvage, purple valuables. This is a golden valuable. It's worth 12k. The stuff you get in this room is absolutely nutty. You're gonna love it. You have to be doing this farm while it exists. It is gonna go away so soon. And now you gotta be watching the clock. This is going to be tight every single time you do it unless you get insanely lucky. I would say worst case scenario, you need to be dropping out of the vent with 2 minutes left on the clock. That's 2 minutes until the exfil is done. So we actually have 3 minutes here, 1 minute until the round ends, 2 minutes until the final exfil goes away. When you exit the loot room back the way you came, you'll see there's always exit vents on the left and the right here. Easy way to get out. Don't miss them. It can be hard to find the exit vents back out there. So take these down. It will drop you in complex. There's probably going to be a lot of bots in complex, so watch out for those. But if you've dropped out of the vents, if you're here with 2 minutes left on the clock before the exfil takes you away, you've done a good job. You're probably safe even for the worst possible scenario exfil that's kind of over by quarantine. You can make it if you're quick. But if you want to be a little bit safer, you could drop down the vent with maybe 1 minute left on the clock and then 2 minutes of final exfil. If absolute worst comes to worst, the person with the gold shared salvage should be the one to get to exfil. Do whatever you can to get that person there because it's shared to everybody. But this exfil is not that bad. It's over by AI uplink, so we actually have more than a minute, plenty of time we could have taken. This wasn't a best case scenario run. It took us a few caches to get the key, but it was pretty quick. It was definitely on the quicker end, and we did the puzzle really, really fast. You want to start fighting the boss with 4 minutes left on the timer, unless you have some real destroyer damage, some really good DPS. And then you want to be dropping out of the event with 2 minutes left at the absolute latest. But that's it. That was an incredible run. Let me show you the loot one more time. So out of that, I got a gold alien alloy that is shared with everybody. And then I got 2 stacks of purple salvage stacked up to 3. And then I got a 12k valuable and a ton of blue salvage and some purple valuables as well. My teammates also did pretty well, but since I was the one with the blue backpack, I ended up with the most. This is an amazing way to get materials right now and get ahead. Enjoy it. I hope you found that helpful. Enjoy this mode while you can. It's a limited time. It's insanely good. It's definitely going to get nerfed or removed, but I hope this gives you a little bit of a leg up. If you haven't already, consider liking and subscribing to the channel and join the Discord. The link is in the description. If you want to find people to run this with and do this method on my Discord, they're going to be ready to go. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.